Let's just say it's been a busy week at work. No one is seeming to understand the great struggle that is hitting the entire travel industry. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I look like a hot mess, but I wanted to film this video tonight because I've been kind of watching the coronavirus all week. If you don't know, I am a corporate travel agent. I am not going to say the company that I work for just for like a respect thing, but let's just say it's been a busy week at work. I keep seeing a lot of like different things that I want to touch on, but I don't want to drag anything out. And I don't want to say anything that I don't know all of the details on, because I don't want to sound unintelligent when this is my career and I do know what I'm talking about in a lot of aspects. But I did get a couple questions on my Instagram that I asked you guys about. They're all linked down below. Feel free to go check those out. So I guess first, let's just start as like what it looks like being a travel agent when a pandemic is breaking out. To be fair, this is the first real experience I've had with anything of this nature. Like hurricanes, tornadoes, things like that are not anything crazy. Like, they're scary and it's busy at work when we have to go through things like that, but they're easy to handle because it doesn't affect the entire nation. It doesn't affect, every airline. Like, you may have flights, stranded for a short period of time, but then it all goes away pretty quickly. The difference between something like that and coronavirus is the airlines are not just issuing waivers for like a week. There is current waivers out through April 30th, which means a waiver is basically like if you are making a change to your trip and the airline you normally would charge a change fee for that, they're waiving it entirely. There is no change fee. You can make the changes. You can put your credit on file to use for a future trip, or they're just refunding depending on like the different rules of the ticket and obviously which airline you're booking with or have booked with previously. So there are all of these different waivers out there, which for something simple as like a hurricane or a tornado or something like that would be for like 5 days, 7 days, maybe up to like within 2 weeks of travel. There have been waivers coming out every day. Today I saw one that extends through April 30th. Today is March 12th. So that is a really long time. On top of the fact that both like Orlando Disney World and Disneyland in California have both shut down. And there was a funny meme, if I can find it, I'll insert a picture. But there was a funny meme that was like, hurricanes shut down Disney World, but like, I'll be concerned when Disney World shuts down. Or hurricanes don't shut down Disney World, I'll be concerned when Disney World shut down. And Disney World is closing on Sunday. So that's pretty scary. Personally, maybe it's a millennial thing in me. I'm not scared of the coronavirus. It doesn't freak me out. Like, I'm not nervous that like I'm gonna get it and like I'm gonna die. Like, that doesn't freak me out. But like the hype over it is crazy. And especially working in the industry, like the hurt that this is causing, possibly because of mass media, is also kind of scary. I mean, like, airlines are literally taking so many cuts. Travel agents, I know the company I work for has implemented already different measures of like cost saving effects so as to save their employees from actual layoffs. My company's phenomenal. I'm not going to say the specific name I work for, but they are a phenomenal company, and they're doing everything in their power to find ways to save money where they can so that they don't have to lay off employees for long term. So with that said, it's been insane working in the industry. But it's also been kind of cool because I get like a first-hand look at like what this is like. I was so young when 9/11 happened, but I have some people on my account who were travel agents back then, and they say kind of this is reminding them of the way that went. Obviously 9/11 was terroristic and this is not terroristic, so it's a little bit different because flights aren't completely grounded. But with the ban going up that Trump just implemented, where after tomorrow night, no flights to Europe at all, or without going through the specified airports, whatever the logistics are, that is a whole different policy. Like, it's just crazy the way that everything is like going, and working with it firsthand and seeing it firsthand, and the amount of cancellations that we have done and the amount of money. For example, the account I work for does business travel, but we also do, like, my portion of work is with the meetings, and so we handle specific, like, big meetings and stuff. And a lot of what I do is for non-employees. So typically we book employees, and then if they get a credit for, a canceled trip or whatever, we put it on their profile, and they have access to that for up to a year. Same standard as like with traditional airlines, but it's just easy to track because it's within the company. So it's in their actual profile with us, and we can handle it. Well, with non-employees, which is what I book a lot of, they don't have a profile. So we had to create a spreadsheet to track all of these. And what started out with our spreadsheet of like 4 names is currently over 100, which doesn't sound like a lot in the scheme of things, but when you've got 100 different people, with some of them have multiple credits with different airlines because they had several meetings they were attending, several flights that were booked through us that we had to cancel. Now we've got their credits. When you think about the fact that this sheet had 4 names and now it has 100 in a matter of 4 days. Today is Thursday, like we started this on Monday. When you think about that, it's absolutely mind-boggling, because while I've done those cancels, we've also been doing all of the employee cancels as well. And it's insane the amount of money that, looking at our spreadsheet, I was doing, just general math, and looking at the tens of thousands of dollars of credits that are now out there that the airlines are still holding on to. But if these people don't travel, that money's going to go to waste. Like, thinking about the amount of money that is just like being blown away and basically useless because of this virus, it's just absolutely insane. The amount of money that this is hurting in the travel industry is insane. Like, I know we've had several hotels where if we're calling to waive because someone can't travel because they have the coronavirus, or not because they have, but because they can't travel because of the coronavirus, and their companies are saying like no travel, the hotels aren't even waiving change fees, which is sad, because it's like, the people can't help it, so like they should get their refund back. Like, they shouldn't be charged for these hotel stays that they're not even being able to stay at. But at the same token, I see it from the hotel side, where it's like, if they withdraw all these charges, like, they have employees as well. They have things they need to take care of, and if they just don't charge these penalties, like, they're going into the negative. So I do see how it's affecting them, and it's just crazy how it's affecting so many people. And I see so many posts that are about like nurses, and this is not negative. Nurses are phenomenal people. I have several friends that are nurses. They're amazing. I'm not a nurse, so I think they're amazing, and I totally think what they're doing is amazing. I'm speaking from a sense of like being in the travel industry, and it's crazy to me that people are so like, oh, nurses are, like, they're struggling so much, and it's like, yes, they're exposed to it, and that's a different struggle, but no one is seeming to understand the great struggle that is hitting the entire travel industry. When you think about flight attendants, if they don't fly, whatever X amount, they only get their minimum pay, which is like nothing. Never been a flight attendant, but I have like looked into it. I always thought it'd be a fun career. And I know that like their base pay that like they're guaranteed if they don't do any flights is like nothing. And if airlines stop, they're not going to be doing flights, which means flight attendants, think about how many airlines you can think of off the top of your head. Think about the amount of flights that go out per day. I live near Atlanta. Think about Atlanta alone, how many people travel through that airport. Like, there are so many people that are affected in careers. And if people like were, closing schools, and I get that those are other people's jobs, but like that is in addition to all the people that are within travel. They are affected first hand. I mean, we had people starting to be affected before schools closed. We had people that were like, the second cancels started happening, we started having employees be affected. And it's just crazy to me that this has blown up so much. But I just wanted to say that, like, I guess I wanted to express my experience of being a travel agent during a pandemic, worldwide pandemic. And it's been a roller coaster. I've talked to some really nice people, like really nice employees who are just like, I need to go to this meeting, but I can't. And it's crazy just hearing, people like struggle and frustrated and like, what do we do? And, I had a guy I was speaking with, and he was like, I have a personal trip booked. It's to Canada, and I'm supposed to leave on Monday. what do I do? And I had to give him advice and say, like, I would call the airline and see what they can do. But then you have the airlines that have like 3-hour hold times, and who has time to deal with that, including us as travel agents. So it's been crazy. And I think one day, like, I filmed these videos for obviously my family, and I think one day it would be crazy to look back and show Sebastian the experience that this is. And like, you know, every year it seems like there's a new disease or there's a new something that happens, and maybe it's social media and millennials, and that's definitely what it is. But, you know, it blows up bigger than it has to. And it's just crazy to me that one day Sebastian's going to be like, the coronavirus, like, what was that? And it may even be in history books. Who knows? But it'll be crazy to tell him, like, I worked through that. Like, I worked in the heart of the travel industry during this pandemic. I saw the emails from airlines before the public. I saw the waiver codes. I saw all of this stuff firsthand. I experienced what it was like. I experienced the hurt of it. You know, I personally, our family, thank God, my account is client owned, and so our clients are phenomenal, and they have not at this moment affected our employees. So right now we are not hurt by the layoffs or voluntary time offs, etc. Like, at the moment we're not affected, and I praise God for that, one, because he is obviously the reason for everything. And I instantly, the day we found out, spoke to my Sunday school class and was like, you know, can y'all pray that I'm not affected? You know, Zach and I are semi-single income. He does work part-time and he does help out. And obviously he watches our child, which is above all else amazing. But being single income, if my job does get affected, then we kind of go into this like, oh crap, what do we do situation. And so I've been praying that we wouldn't be affected. And at this moment, we aren't. And I think that's so cool to say to Sebastian, like, when everything else is dropping because of our faith and because of, you know, the blessings that God's given to us, like being on this account, like, here we are, I'm surviving, I'm getting through it. And I know that sounds cheesy to say if you're not a Christian, but one thing that's been on my heart a lot, which I'm taking this video all over the place, but I'll come out with another video soon explaining more of this, but one thing's been on my heart a lot is just using this platform for more than just documenting my child's life. Like, that was the initial start, but I've had a heart recently to just share more of like my personal convictions and things that God's done in our life, which is also if I want Sebastian to see in the moment. I don't want to tell him stories 10 years down the road and him be like, okay, but what are you making up? I want him to see, like, this is what mommy and daddy experienced and this is what we went through, but this is what God did to bring us through that. And those are things I want him to see. And so this virus, while it is this massive pandemic outbreak, and who knows what's gonna happen, who knows, you know, every day this week it's been something new has been crazy, like dropped, or something new has been exposed, or whatever. And so at the end of this, it'll be crazy to say to him, you know, this is where we were, but like, look where we are now. We got through it, as we do everything. We had our faith, we had each other, we have good health. You know, he still nurses, which is a blessing to me because breastfeeding, in my opinion, breast milk heals everything. We can heal the coronavirus with breast milk, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. But anyways, I'm rambling. But yeah, I just hope that one day I can share this kind of video with Sebastian and say, like, this is what it was like to work in this industry during this insane time. And I feel like I didn't even really answer, like, questions. And I didn't really get specific questions. I got more like, is it safe to travel? And like, those are all questions that like you can Google and get the answer to. I wanted more of like, I guess, my experience questions, and I didn't get anything like that I could really expand on. So with that said, if you made it to this point in the video, leave a comment down below if you want to know more of like what my experience has been, anything that I didn't go into, or if I sparked any questions about things that I said that I personally have been dealing with on a day in, day out basis. I mean, I know someone was talking about they were calling their Disney travel agent and they were speaking to them, or they were having to hold for the Disney line for like 3 hours. Whereas like I have it not with Disney because I don't work in Disney personal travel, I do leisure. But we have, you know, lines that take us direct to the airlines that even those have had hold times, but they haven't been as bad. And so, you know, things like that, like I have access to those kind of things. And what I can share, I would love to share if anyone has questions about that. Or just like little things that like I might have learned just from working in this. But yeah, so this is kind of rambly. I'm probably not even gonna edit this video because I'm gonna post it tomorrow. So it's probably won't even be edited. It's just me rambling, but you know, I thought it'd be fun to have it and to share one day kind of what it's like working during this and just that God is going to bring us through it. I am preaching that. I am praying that. I am praying that over my life. And God is just awesome, and he's going to get us through this. And so, yeah. Anyways, now that I've sufficiently rambled and clapped my hands about 17,000 times, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I hit 60 subscribers, which seems like nothing, but it was a big deal to me, and I've surpassed that now. So let's go for 70, 75, 100. End of the year, I want to hit my 1,000, so go ahead and subscribe down below and let me know what you think. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Next video should be a vlog. We'll see. If you have video ideas, let me know those as well. Anyways, hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for sitting here listening to me talk, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.